that interfere with that, because it's similar to a radio. You're not tuned in all the way. So until you find your own frequency, which is aided by learning the language, you will not be able to communicate as freely back and forth with your ancestors. And we certainly need them in this day and time, just to keep us on the right path, or pa-tara, the way.
Is meditation beneficial to communicating with your ancestors?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because they've already transitioned to the other side. So they would be the voice of reason. In other words, when you know that you shouldn't go down a certain block, but you're standing there questioning yourself, should I go this way? And that voice that says, don't go down there, that's going to be dangerous. That's one of your ancestors, by way of the 30 personalities that we have within us. That particular one is telling you, because it's actually agreeable. So it's telling you, don't go down that way. But when you verse it and think, nah, I'm still going to go that way, then you know that may be one of the ones that's not for your benefit. So, yeah, you have to be able to tune into the ones that are agreeable to you and eventually learn to listen only to your true voice. So that happens when you learn how to chant, when you learn this language. You will actually be able to commune with them, and they will guide you from the other side through this mess that we call a physical existence, which is much shorter, far shorter and illusory. It's an illusion compared to what real life is. They're actually waiting for you to come on the other side. But while you're here, you can certainly use their guidance.
So is the pineal gland related to this example that you use as far as going down the street? Would you say that their pineal gland is not active?
Right, it's not active, and the pineal gland is not active in everyone. Of course, when you have these powers, these higher powers, which are really yours naturally through natural nature, if you don't use them, then they become dormant. It's very similar to, like, if you just don't use a muscle, it no longer works for you. So we need to go ahead and regroup and sharpen up all of those senses that we have, all of those brain synapses, those sparks of intuitive intelligence, moving on to outintelligence and outformation. You can't access that if you have become densified by being on this realm and living outside of your natural nature. So the whole doctrine is the cure for that. With Wu Nuwap, you now know who you are as the root race, and you begin to utilize that mindset. That's called nine mind. And once you're using nine mind, you're thinking clearly. You are, you're not, people say you're insane, but that's not even the correct description for what's happening, because insane actually infers you're inside the state of sanity. We're not. We're out sane right now. We're out of our mind, many of us, simply because we're not utilizing or working with natural nature. There's a penalty for that. If you don't work with natural nature, it will not work with you. Therefore, you will find yourself in certain unagreeable or unpleasant circumstances that you can never seem to get out of, as long as you're utilizing an alien force to reach out to. In other words, you're praying to a deity that was given to you by the oppressor. So that can't possibly work for you. How could you have a deity or call on a deity, a colorless deity? How can they help a person of color? That's just not right knowledge.
Sure, definitely. All right, so I guess that sums up this session today. As everyone heard, all the listeners, you know where to get the information at. Just simply type in Google Nuwapic online, and it will pop up. And you can also visit for any of Dr. Malachi Z.K. York books. You can actually visit breakingthespell999.com. We are now open for business. You can also find videos, scarves, all kinds of products. Just simply visit the website and you will see what is available. With that being said, if somebody wants to close with anything.
I just want to briefly say thank you again, for having me on. It's my pleasure building with this particular doctrine. It's ours. And, again, listeners, if you can, next time call in. If you have questions, you can also, reach out, and we'll do our best to answer them. Panabab Yanun is the master of heaven and earth, also known as Malachi Z. Kobina York. I definitely profess he is innocent, and he will be home with us soon. And again, my good brother, as always, thank you for having me.